Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatihi lima ughliq wal khatimi lima sabak nasiril haq bil haq wal hadi ila siratika mustaqim wa ala alihi al-haq qadrihi wa miqdarihi al-azim. In the name of Allah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Faizul binti Ibrahim. Stated matriculation number 930113035607001. From the Faculty of Technology and Applied Science program, Bachelor Medical Health and Science. For the MBCP 3913 Clinical Practice Mental Health Case Presentation, Case Study Presentation, I would like to choose and prefer the assessment and management of the patient of bipolar disorder type 1. Without wasting any further minutes, let's go to my video presentation. Let's go. First of all, before we are going to precise and detailed case study presentation, for the disclaimer that all information provided in this presentation is confidential, and the patient details include accurate, and it is shared responsibility to ensure that such information is not disclosed to the public. In order to protect sensitivity, privacy, and confidentiality, this material and presentation are intended only for the academic purpose and specifically to fulfill the requirement of the case presentation assignment MBCP 3913 January 26 semester. So I hope all the information provided will not disclose to the public. Good days, everyone. As I said before, that I introduced, my name is Muhammad Faizul binti Ibrahim, and I am pleased to share with you all my case study from my clinical practicum in the psychiatric setting, Hospital Tengku Permaisuri Nur Ashikin. The focus of this presentation is the assessment and the management of the patient diagnosed with bipolar disorder type 1. This disorder is a chronic psychiatric illness categorized by recurrent episodes of mania and depression. It is considered one of the most disabling mental health conditions or disorder due to its unpredictable causes, high relapse state rates, and the profound impact it has on the patient, mood disorder, and among leading causes of disability worldwide, and bipolar disorder contributes significantly to years lived with disability. The intent of this presentation is not only to describe the patient journey, but also to highlight the importance of a holistic and multidisciplinary approach in psychiatric care. By weaving together demographic data, the particular health history, mental status examination, and the management strategies, I aim to demonstrate how evidence-based intervention can improve patient outcome and the quality of life. Let's move on to our fourth topic, which is important: demographic data. This patient, in this case, is Muhammad Taqib bin Alwi, or I would like to salute here as a Mr. Muhammad Taqib bin Alwi, a 42 years old male residing in Semenye, Selangor, He is married and the father of 3 children, employed as a technician in a local manufacturing company. His demographic profile is significant because middle-aged adults often face multiple stressors, including occupational demand, family responsibility, and the financial pressure, the top three tier threshold, which can exacerbate psychiatric condition. His wife has reported difficulty coping during his manic phases, which is not usual or unusual in family dealing with bipolar illness. As caregiver burden in well-documented phenomenon in psychiatric literature. His general health history reveals hypertension, control with antihypertensive medication, but no diabetes or other chronic illness. His psychiatric history includes 2 previous hospital admission, which is 2 admission previously for manic episode, both requiring pharmacological intervention and inpatient stabilization. He has been prescribed mood stabilizer in the past but demonstrates poor adherence leading to relapse. Family history reveals that his maternal uncle suffered from depression, suggesting a possible and leading to predisposition. Socially, he has supportive family, very supportive family. To his wife reports significant caregiver burden during his interview. He actually denies illicit drug use but admits to occasional alcohol consumption. Alcohol, even it occasional, but is still dangerous. But then, what can we do? He is so young age, which has seen discovered. Alright, based on history taking, when admitted, he presented with symptoms consistent with the manic episode. His mental status examination revealed restlessness, increased psychomotor activity, dishevelled appearance, and intrusive interaction with staff. His mood was elevated, his effect expansive, and he became easily irritable and agitated when challenged. His speech was pressure, rapid tangential, with occasional fight flight of idea. His thought process was diagnosed disorganized, categorized for grandiosity and unrealistic plan. His thought content include grandiose delusions about starting multiple business and occasional prescription took during past impaired episode. Insight into illness was poor, and the judgment was impaired during mania with limited awareness of the consequences of action. This finding confirmed the diagnosis, the bipolar disorder type 1, and currently in a manic phase. So sad for such a young age who are responsible of the 3 children of him. The management and the patient care. Upon admission, a primary focus was on ensuring patient safety. Safety first. He was placed under the close observation to prevent him harm himself and others. Environmental modifications were made to reduce stimulation, and staff were instructed to maintain firm but supportive boundaries. Crisis intervention strategies were employed to de-escalate agitation and establish rapport. This patient initially resistant to
Alhamdulillah, ini adalah sekitar gambaran bagaimana proses program gotong royong dijalankan. Alhamdulillah lagi sekali bahawasanya kita dapat menjayakan program ini dengan jayanya. Bukan sahaja saya secara peribadi dapat melaksanakan tugasan khidmat masyarakat, sekaligus saya dapat menjalankan satu program yang mana penting untuk penghuni kediaman kaki tangan semua. Terima kasih.
For Mr. Takib, lithium carbonate was prescribed and titrated to the therapeutic level. Lithium is considered the gold standard for bipolar disorder, effective in reducing manic symptoms, preventing relapse. Olanzapine was added to manage acute manic symptoms, particularly agitation and psychosis. Short-term benzodiazepine were used to address insomnia. Because of the manic itself and the agitation, the psychosis. Carefully monitoring to prevent dependence. The choice of medication was guided by evidence-based practice, considering both efficacy and safety. Regular monitoring of lithium level, renal function, and thyroid function was implemented to prevent toxicity. Lithium requires strict adherence and regular blood tests, which can be challenging for patients with poor insight. Therefore, family involvement in monitoring and encouraging compliance is very crucial. The pharmacological treatment alone is insufficient. Psychosocial intervention are critical for the long-term stability. Both patient and family were educated about the nature of bipolar disorder and the importance of medication adherence and early warning signs of relapse. So, the therapeutic and altogether family support is very crucial in order to keep accurate and effective management and patient care. Cognitive behavioral therapy session focus on identifying trigger, restructuring maladaptive thought, and developing coping strategy. Family therapy was conducted to improve communication and reduce caregiver burden and enhance the family support. Occupational support was arranged throughout collaboration with his employer to facilitate gradual reintegration into work, with a combination of mental health needs. Long-term management required integration with community resources. Regular outpatient appointment was scheduled at the psychiatric clinic for medication review and therapy. Referral to community mental health support group was made to peer encouragement and share experience. A relapse prevention plan was emphasized, focusing on a lifestyle modification, stress management, and adherence to treatment. Community support is very essential in Malaysia, where the stigma often prevents the individual from the keeping and seeking for help. By engaging with the support group, patient can share experience and reduce feelings of the isolation. Relapse intervention plans and tailored to the patient lifestyle, focusing on the stress management, sleep hygiene, and early recognition of the prodromal symptoms. Chronologically, the care plan can be divided into four phases. In the acute phase, hospitalization and pharmacological stabilization were prioritized. Hospitalization and pharmacological stabilization is prioritized. In the stabilization phase, acute symptoms were gradually reduced and the psychosocial intervention initiated. In the maintenance phase, long-term medication adherence, outpatient follow-up, and the family involvement were emphasized. Finally, in relapse prevention, early identification of prodromal symptoms, community support, and ongoing psychoeducation were highlighted. Conclusion and reflection. This case study illustrated a complexity of the bipolar disorder type 1, emphasizing the need for a multidisciplinary approach and integrated pharmacological treatment, psychosocial intervention, and community support. For Mr. Taqib case highlighted that challenges of the medication adherence, caregiver burden, and impact of psychiatric illness on occupational functioning. By adopting a holistic patient-centered approach, a healthcare provider can improve outcome and enhance the quality of life. Although the patient initially resisted treatment, gradually engagement the family involvement to improve the end result. Reflecting on this case, I learned that psychiatric care is not linear but clinically requiring ongoing vigilance and adaptation to the patient's changing needs. The management of bipolar disorder type 1 is only a long journey that demands patience, collaboration, and continuous education, both for the patient and the family. As a student in training, this experience reinforced the importance of persistent empathy, insight, and structured care of psychiatric practice. What can I conclude and wrap from the entire clinical posting? In conclusion, the assessment and management of bipolar disorder type 1 requires comprehensive, evidence-based, and culturally sensitivity approach. This presentation has demonstrated how pharmacological, psychosocial, and community intervention can be integrated to provide holistic care, and thanks for your attention. Last but not least, I, Muhammad Faizul bin Cik Ibrahim, will sincerely appreciate the attention given to this whole presentation. I hope that the evaluator and audience who seen this video will provide positive feedback, which will support me in achieving excellent marks for the effort that I have demonstrated in completing this video assignment, as well as throughout my clinical posting for MBCP 3913 in the January 2026 semester. The end. InsyaAllah, moga kita bertemu lagi. Assalamualaikum.